So, good evening. I guess it's good night by this time. 21:56. It's almost 2200 hours East African time. So, how are you doing? Had quite a very, very busy, excruciating week. Yeah. Wednesday, Thursday, we had the final presentation for the second cohort of my of the departments, year five. So it was really tiring, but fortunately we got through. So downtime again, preparing for hopefully the first semester of the school year, new school year, 26-27 by I think September. But quite a number of things happened. Very interesting. Fortunately, I was able to kick off some of the much anticipated meetings. Had a Zoom meeting. I think I may have talked about it, but but the most interesting one was the one I had with my students. I called it the Muddy Talks. The Muddy Talks with my students, and it was very interesting. Very interesting in the sense that, for some reason, almost all the girls, the ladies in the class showed up. I think about 9 people showed up. It's only one guy that showed up. But then the basis of that discussion was still on mud. But I recall that in my previous institution, before I left, I set up a mud club. And so the idea was, it was nothing academic in the sense that it wasn't like a class that they needed to attend to get some marks or credits, or scores or anything like that. It was just solely, do you have an interest in the mud? Come on, let's let's get involved. And so it was quite interesting. We talked about just preliminary issues, but I hope with time I can build it up and then get to see how they put these things in place in terms of design. Because like the point I was trying to make to them was, the world is going towards the sustainable design, sustainable, everything is sustainable. And I argue that what better, what is the most sustainable material than mud? Okay, so the idea is, if you can get them thinking about the mud, put it into design thinking, by the time they reach years 3, 4, and ultimately 5, we will have practical designs that reflect this thinking. Sometimes you hear the jury asking, what is your materiality? Well, what did you use for this? And so you find them struggling. And even if they have any idea, it's basically something they may have just picked and then dropped in along the way. So it's not really well thought out. So that is my hope, an earnest desire that we can get these students talking, not just talking, but doing it. So one of the things I intend to do is just allow them do what I do. Go on social media, most especially Instagram. Pick out something that you find interesting about mud. I mean, there's a raft of ideas, tons of stuff, trainings, projects, ongoing, finished. So that is my intention. Because one of the things I do, apart from saving this material and sending it to my email, should be cloud. Sending it and then later on coming to access it and then picking out what I find interesting. But I want to get them deliberately going, picking on these things, and then doing some deep thinking about it. or background study, and then we come back, and then I hear what their side is. But ultimately, the desire or the aim is to have them thinking about mud at this early stage. Funny enough, some of them actually admitted they played with mud, but then, as you know, most of them were like, "Oh, no, 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 no! It was my kid brother that played with mud, or my big brother that played with mud." Yeah, but surprisingly, one or two of them actually played with mud as kids, and so yeah, I got this very lovely clip. I think I'll just um, attach it at the end of this presentation, and it looks scary, kids playing the mud. I remember back in the days, that was our pastime. You know, there was no kid that didn't avail himself of that pleasurable opportunity. Yeah. So just have a watch, the short watch on the video. Um, I'll just come back, probably say one or two things, and then call it a night. Tomorrow is a public holiday, so it doesn't really matter how long I stay up. I get to sleep all morning. Yeah, unless something wakes me up. But then, as an architect, whether you say you're going to wake up late, it's just part of the system. You wake up earlier than you probably may have wanted to. So just take a watch, and then I'll come back and say one or two things, and then yeah.